Michel Foucault's Discipline and Punish. Michel Foucault, one of the most influential thinkers of the 20th century, examined how societies use discipline and punishment to control people. His work, Discipline and Punish, The Birth of the Prison, is not just about prisons but about how power operates in various systems, including schools, workplaces, hospitals, and even everyday life. He argued that modern societies have developed sophisticated ways to discipline people without the need for overt violence or brutality. Let me break it down into simple terms so you can understand his main ideas. Foucault starts by comparing old methods of punishment to modern ones. In the past, punishments were public and brutal. For example, people who broke the law might have been tortured or executed in front of a crowd. This was meant to instill fear in others and show the power of the ruler. These punishments targeted the body directly and were focused on pain and spectacle. However, as societies evolved, such punishments became less common. Why? Because they were seen as too messy, too chaotic, and too unpredictable. A public execution might turn into a riot or a rebellion, which was the opposite of what the authorities wanted. Instead of targeting the body, modern punishment focuses on controlling the mind and behavior. This shift is what Foucault calls the move from sovereign power to disciplinary power. Sovereign power was about the king or ruler demonstrating their control over life and death. Disciplinary power, on the other hand, is about shaping people's actions, thoughts, and habits. It is less about breaking people and more about molding them into obedient and productive members of society. One of Foucault's key concepts in this book is the panopticon. This is a design for a prison proposed by an English philosopher named Jeremy Bentham. Imagine a circular prison where all the cells face a central tower. The person in the tower can see every prisoner at any time, but the prisoners cannot see into the tower. They never know when they are being watched. This uncertainty makes them behave as if they are always under surveillance. Foucault saw this as a metaphor for modern society. Even when we are not being watched, we act as if we are because we have internalized the rules and norms of society. Discipline, according to Foucault, is not just about punishment. It is also about creating docile bodies. These are people who follow the rules, perform their tasks efficiently, and do not resist authority. To achieve this, society uses various tools like timetables, training, surveillance, and exams. Schools teach children to sit still, raise their hands, and follow a schedule. Workplaces monitor employees' productivity and enforce strict rules about behavior. Hospitals keep detailed records of patients and ensure they follow the prescribed treatments. These systems create individuals who are controlled and predictable. Foucault also talks about how knowledge and power are connected. He argues that knowledge is not neutral or innocent. It is tied to power and is often used to control people. For example, scientific studies about what is normal or healthy can be used to judge and discipline those who do not fit into those categories. Similarly, statistics about crime or productivity can justify increased surveillance or stricter regulations. By labeling certain behaviors as abnormal or deviant, society can marginalize those who do not conform. In Discipline and Punish, Foucault does not just criticize prisons. He shows how the same principles of discipline and control operate in many areas of life. Schools, factories, offices, and even families all use similar techniques to shape behavior. This means that power is not just something held by the government or the police. It is everywhere, working through the systems and institutions that we interact with every day. Foucault's ideas challenge us to think critically about how power works in our lives. Are we truly free, or are we just following invisible rules and norms? Who decides what is normal and what is deviant? How do systems of surveillance and discipline affect our behavior? These are some of the questions that Discipline and Punish raises. To conclude, Foucault's work is a powerful reminder that power is not always obvious or violent. It can be subtle and insidious, shaping our thoughts and actions in ways we do not always notice. By understanding these systems of discipline and punishment, we can start to question and resist them. If you found this explanation helpful and want to learn more about thinkers like Michel Foucault, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Your support helps us bring complex ideas to a wider audience. Thank you for watching.